Really have a serious conversation with your kid about how it's going to work, your expectations, their expectations, how they feel about it. If they don't feel like they can do it, it's not going to work. They need to have their own opinion on it. It can't just be, I want you to do this, you're going to do it, it's going to succeed. And really being a support system is also really important. More than you may have been before, because they had their own support system at school. You're kind of their whole support system at home now. I love interacting with everyone, and I like that there's tons of field trips and everything, as well as the flexibility to do it wherever. First of all, that private online schools don't exist. None of my friends knew. They all thought it was kind of like a homeschool program. They're like, what do you mean it's a private school like we do? That was the biggest, but also that it's really easy. Since I didn't have any deadlines, and I actually found that my classes were a lot harder than their classes were, because I have all the resources, but in a sense, I am still teaching the material to myself in a lot of ways. You need to be self-motivated.
Parents can be connected as much as just as like the kids do, and so we have parent community connections where you can just drop in on a monthly basis and just talk to other parents and just kind of ask them questions and see what you can do. But that may be all you want to do. You may just want to come to one of those meetings a year just to see what's coming up next year. As for the kids and getting parents involved, getting their kids involved, the Parent Community Connections meeting helps that, because our parent ambassadors will come in and talk to parents and just say, my student, my child didn't really want to get involved at first, but he went straight to this, they were able to create a club, and then all of a sudden they flourished and they were able to just go into all of these clubs, and they're on Model UN and different things like that, because they found that one little bit that they needed, and then this is how they did that. So our parents are actually almost like parent mentors to incoming and current families along the way. So just to ease those minds along the way to see if, just to find those connections.
In any educational system, you are partnering with that educational system, right? So even if you're in a traditional brick and mortar classroom, you're partnering with that school board, that principal, those teachers that your child has. That is a partnership. And it's the same with Laurel Springs as well. It is a partnership between the families and the school and the student. And, what are your students' goals? What are their aspirations? What do they really want to do with their life in the next 5 years, 10 years? And then how can we get them to that goal? And if traditional school's not getting them to that goal, then possibly online learning may be a tool that we can use to help get them to that goal while still helping them to obtain their academic goals as well. And so I would say that it's just a partnership. And so you reach out to whatever school you're interested in. You're really involved. You participate in the different events that are offered. Reach out to teachers. Really help your child to build those relationships. It doesn't always come naturally for an online student if they've never done online learning before. So really help them build those relationships by encouraging them to visit their teacher's office hours in the first week or two of classes, to introduce themselves. Say, hi, my name is John. I like to play soccer. I am coming to Laurel Springs because... And let us know, why are you here? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? How can we support you in achieving those? And once I have that information, then I can support a student and partner with their families really well, because then we all are on the same page. And as we're going through the math course or whatever course they happen to be taking, then I can reach out easier to the family and say, hey, I noticed Johnny's having a little bit of problems, with pacing. Let's talk about how we can approach that. Or I noticed that, this concern. Let's talk about how we can help you with that. Now, Laurel Springs is really fortunate in that we have fantastic counselors as well.
We are a family of 4 sailing around the world on a sailboat, and Laurel Spring works. It's just how we were able to accomplish this life dream of sailing around the world without compromising their academic, rigor. That would have been a non-starter for them to not be able to have challenges academically and to be stretched and a rigorous curriculum was just not something we were willing to compromise on. So finding Laurel Springs was the perfect way for us to segue into that life dream that we wanted to accomplish.